It was on Christmas Day of that year that Pope Leo III crowned Charlemagne Imperator Romanorum, Emperor of the Romans. The title was one of great significance. This event was not exactly a resurrection of the Roman Empire of antiquity. By this point, the concept of the Roman Empire had come to mean the center of civilization and the one true empire of the earth, which worked in tandem with the one true church of the earth. Given that Charlemagne was master of such a large area of Christendom, he was perhaps more deserving of the title than any European ruler ever since the fall of the West, apart from the Romans. The Eastern Roman Empire took great offense to this and viewed it as a usurpation of their identity. The Byzantines were at a disadvantage, however. The emperor of the East was a woman, Irene. She called herself emperor, not empress, but, nevertheless, it was argued by the West that the title could only be held by a man. Thus, Charlemagne was proclaimed as the true Roman emperor and successor to Irene's predecessor, Constantine VI. This was also a way for the Pope to establish his right to appoint emperors and more adamantly align himself with the West in the same stroke. The Byzantines ardently contested their claim to the title. War came between the two empires. The conflict over the title was only the issue on the surface of what was a struggle between two great empires for dominance. The war ended in a truce in 810. There was no change of territory in Italy. The Franks retained control of the majority, the Papal States ruled the center as vassals of the Franks, the Byzantines clung to their various coastal outposts, some of which continued becoming increasingly self-governed, and the Lombards persisted in Benevento. Charlemagne died in 814 and was succeeded by his son, Louis the Pious. Louis the Pious would not live up to his father's legacy. He was a weak ruler, better suited for the clergy than as a warrior emperor. As civil wars over succession rights between his heirs began well before he had died, it became clear that the empire was doomed to collapse upon his death. Meanwhile, other major events were taking place in Italy, many revolving around the continuously weakening grip of the Byzantines on the region. Across the sea, men from the various Islamic lands of Iberia, North Africa, and the Middle East, referred to in the Middle Ages as Saracens, were still trying their hand at seizing territory in Italy.